10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team banned.
Welcome back. It is round 3 of EGE's Ontario Dota 2 qualifiers round 3. We have here EKT, which I'm finding out stands for Edward Kim's team, up against Reliance Gaming, who doesn't have a name tag up top.
Radiant team pick.
And we're already through the bans. We've got Necrolite and Brewmaster removed by Reliance, and then Tidehunter and Lycan banned by EKT. Very quick on the draw with all of these. Jakiro first picked, and then Death Prophet, Faceless Void in response, and now we have a second pick from EKT. So EKT had a win in round 1, no game in round 2, so they're 1-0. Reliance Gaming has dropped 1 game, they're 0-1. So see how they end up faring against each other. Lich removed by EKT.
10 seconds.
In the last round,
Radiant team ban.
we saw Pepe triumphing over Reliance, or Relias. Sorry, I've been calling them wrong thing. Relias Gaming. Optimates dropped their game to No Skills. No Skills going up to 2-0, while the Optimates are 0-2.
5 seconds remaining.
Pepe 1-1, and then we also had Cafe Le Crew go over Black Sheepwall, which brought them to 2-0, and Black Sheepwall to 0-1, and then Stinky Steve Venn topped Got Salt, bringing them to 2-0, and Got Salt to 0-2. EKT going to use just a little bit of reserve time, as we saw the Phantom Assassin banned by Relias. Timbersaw going to be banned by EKT. And one more before we get back into our next picks. We saw on EKT in round 1, Andy Mage captaining and leading his team. He's actually not drafting this time around. He was drafting in game 1, I do believe.
5 seconds remaining.
But he was on that Skywrath Mage in mid, and really controlled the entire pace of the game, nearly start to finish. Just 6 to 7 minutes in, started rotating around and making things happen. Ended up, I believe, 17-4. Not sure on the number of assists, but did a lot of work. Jakiro also going to be selected.
Radiant team pick.
So this is looking very familiar for EKT. Relias I haven't gotten to see, so going to be new to me. We saw Ogre Magi in the most recent past get a couple of nerfs. Faceless Void and Death Prophet. Interesting combinations between the few. Death Prophet, always very nice with the Faceless Void. With that Exorcism working while Chronosphere locks the enemies in place. Even if you accidentally catch the Death Prophet in the Chronosphere, those Exorcism spirits can still go to work. Ogre Magi.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Bloodlust. Is it Blood? Oh yeah, Bloodlust, right? Yeah. Gotta be careful not to mix it up with Blood Rage from Bloodseeker. Wind Ranger are going to be grabbed by EKT. Be fun to see. We've got a couple squishy heroes. Jakiro a bit tankier. Not a lot of... You can build up Wind Ranger for some right click, but most commonly not really how you run it. So far not seeing a lot of right click
Reserve time.
out of the expected use of EKT. We'll see how it rounds out with the last two picks. It hasn't been made clear yet how Relias wants to run that Faceless Void. If it's just going to be a straight passive farmer as they grab
Radiant
Warlock.
team pick.
So it should be fun to see. And they've got quite a bit of wombo now. However, Chaotic Offering doesn't necessarily combine that well with the
Dire
Chronosphere.
team ban.
The immolation from the golems will apply, so perhaps that's enough, but he can't actually start pounding away unless you catch him right on the edge. Naga Siren from EKT.
Radiant
This is
team ban.
very similar to what we saw in round one from them.
Ten seconds remaining.
We have our final bans. They will be Mirana and
Dire
Centaur
team
War
pick.
Runner.
Omni Knight.
And Omni Knight will round out
Radiant
the
team
lineup.
pick.
And then Invoker. Okay. This is... So that could just be a off-lane Wind Ranger with a safe lane farming Naga Siren mid-Invoker. But there is some potential for an aggressive tri-lane here. With the Wind Ranger, Jakiro, and Skywrath. Not typically what you look at, but I could see it potentially working. Not necessarily expecting to see it, but it could do the job if that's what
10
they opt to
seconds
go for.
remaining.
Just holding out on the picks until the time runs out so we don't start a
5
little early.
seconds remaining.
Plan with as much time as they can. And we are inside the game. So let's introduce our
Prepare for
players. First
battle.
up on the Dire, Relias Gaming. On the Faceless Void, we have Bamski headed toward that safe lane. Then we have Slayer playing the Warlock. Baby Co on the Ogre Magi. Colum Onti will be playing the Death Prophet. Then finally we have Ryzek on the Omni Knight. For the Radiant, EKT, Andy Mage, will be reprising his role as the Skywrath Mage. Mr. Bam is hanging out right with him on the Jakiro. However, in mid, it
30
will be
seconds.
Yellow on the Invoker. Up top, we do have the Wind Ranger, played by Chivalry, and then that leaves, down in the safe lane, Konomi once again on the Naga Siren. Alright, so we saw Andy Mage in the mid lane as Skywrath in the first round. We see a little block by the
The
Jakiro,
battle
and we have a
begins.
smoke as they're going to rotate up top, so this could be an aggressive tri-lane that we do see here. Oh, no, they're going to turn around. They're going to focus on mid. It looks like, yeah, they're just going to stop here on the high ground. And Colum Onti is playing it back and very safe. Now they're starting to think that there's a ward there, but there's... it wasn't up in time to see them.
No.
They ping it out a couple times. Not sure they're going to be able to make it happen. They haven't seen the supports. Colamonte is aware of this, and he's playing it very safe, not giving them an opening, and they're not going to be able to make anything happen. At the same time, we have a dual lane here down bottom between the Warlock and the Ogre Magi. So it looks like the Ogre Magi will be the farmer in this situation. And we'll just have to see how it plays out from here. We have a ping out. They see the rotation from Mr. Bam. Andy Mage lurking in the shadows, looking for his opportunity. A lot of health to chew through between these two. Particularly the Ogre Magi. But at the same time, we got the same thing with Jakiro. The slow ice path is not going to be a kill here. Just a, decent harassment. But the Death Ward healing him right back up. Chivalry, got to be happy with the lane pushing in here. Tries to use the power shot to get the last hits, but not able to quite make it happen. In mid, Yellow doing well, 7 and 5 up against 4 and 3.
'Tis non-cupatory.
But it was helped out a little bit by the supports camping mid for that first couple rounds, but goes in too far. Is taking. Oh, that is not fair. We miss first blood down bottom, maybe getting a little too aggressive. At the same time, we had the Death Prophet under tower getting cold snap. Does not go down though, so wrong spot for me. Oh, looks like they're going to be able to get it. Sunstrike gets it. Looked like she was dead to rights either way. Sunstrike gonna be the flashy way to finish it off. So 1-1 trade kills. Up top, a interesting position. There's the wind run away. So mid looking very good for Yellow on the Invoker here early on. This is just where you want to be as an Invoker. Of course you want to be that, be out in front on any hero, but Invoker especially.
Denied.
Be interesting to see what rotations happen here with Andy Mage. We already saw him in mid, help make that kill happen after he died bottom, so TP'd mid to help out. When that worked out, he was all over the map in round 1. Chivalry up near the tower, getting brave. It's going to be an attempt to rotate around by Ryzek, but there's not a whole lot of killing potential between this combo without the Chronosphere. There's the wind run away. Tries to time walk forward, but not going to be able to catch up. All 3 top farmers are on the side of EKT.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, the real question is just going to be exactly when does the push come from Relias? And that's what they want to do. They want to push down towers to gain their lead. Ice Path hits on 2. Slayer getting low. Should be able to survive. Takes a lot of damage, but he's all right. Continuing with pulls up top. ping out towards Chivalry. Not sure what that was indicating. You've got the ward blocking the camp. That's what the pings are signaling. He has 2 sentries. He hasn't dropped either yet. Looks like Andy Mage might be trying to guide him to where to place it. At the same time, Mr. Bam rotates back to throw out an ice path well off course, so not able to do anything there. Invisibility rune picked up by Andy Mage. Skywrath going to move in towards mid.
Well-gotten gains.
He's going to hang out here on the high ground. Already taking a decent chunk of damage is Colamonte.
Methinks you wanted that.
Oh.
Chronosphere throwing down up top, but just... Oh, will it be enough? No, we'll need one more hit. Gonna try and chase after. Tries to juke. Does. Ping goes out on the tower. Now Bamski's in trouble. Andy Mage rotating in, gonna try and leap away. Oh, he doesn't have the mana, so he's just trying to get through the trees and will get away. Oh, he's still trying to pursue a bit dangerous there. Ice Path on too, but no real kill potential there. Gonna try to turn this around on Bam. Gonna take quite a bit of damage. Not gonna die from it. Oh, but with the ward on him as well. Oh, 13 HP. Does survive. Being aggressive down bottom. Still no kills. TP back in from Andy Mage. As we have a disconnect, should see a pause in just a moment. There we go. As we have disconnect there on the Death Prophet, column on T. So we'll have a moment to just evaluate the current situation. Still on top, all three top farmers in terms of CS are on the side of EKT. Invoker well out in front, 44 CS with 26 denies.
Dire's middle tower
Level 8,
is under attack.
when you include that Midas, up against just about to hit level 7. So over 8.5 versus just hit 7 against his mid lane opponent. He's only got 13 CS against 46. This alone in mid is very difficult to come back from. The fortunate thing that you can fall back on is Death Prophet just needs the levels, just needs to get up Exorcism and take towers.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And get farm that way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Up top, we have the Chronosphere on Chivalry, or once again, Wind runs away. Doesn't have mana to time walk, so there's no chance of catching. Bamski not doing nearly as well up top as he would like.
Radiant's middle
Staying
tower
at 29
is under
CS. It's not It's not something that's going to change the game on its own to be a bit behind, but would certainly like to be much higher than that for a safe lane farmer. It's not really being made up down bottom. It's 20 on the Ogre Magi, which isn't too bad for him, but it's not as if it's making up for the difference up top. Mid absolutely dominated here. One way. Turns that around with a cold snap. Gets a lot of damage done. Not going to pick up a kill with it though. No mana to follow it up with something like a Sunstrike. So EKT looking very good through the laning stage here. Not sure they can actually make this happen, but does he have Mystic Flare? He does not. He's still level 5, so not able to take that down. Actually takes a lot of damage because of it, so that's kind of annoying for him. Oh, Song of the Siren, as there is a TP in here from Chivalry. Trying to get in position for a shackle shot. Does land on Slayer. It's not who they originally wanted to go on, but they should be able to get the kill. No, Chaotic Offering thrown down. Slayer still going to go down. Can they turn this around? No, Andy Mays joins in, brings him down for the second kill. That's 4 heroes. While Yellow hangs out in mid, but he can throw out a Sunstrike
under attack.
If he really felt necessary. And they're gonna try. Andy Mays is gonna back up. Oh, I missed the Sunstrike. Where was that? Oh, is this just straight up kill in the mid? Just missed that. With Cold Snap and Forward Spirits. So even further one way.
Damage.
5-1, and it's only 12 minutes in, but I gotta have the feeling that it's headed one way very quickly. Over 5,000 the net worth advantage already in this game. Ryzak taking a lot of damage. He's just gonna go down here if he's not careful. Ends up having to use Guardian Angel. That's a pretty long cooldown to use just to run away from farming creeps near your tower, but had to be done. While this all happens, Konami forced back 2,500 gold on the Naga Siren. Decided to grab a soul ring just to sustain in lane. Chivalry closing in on a Force Staff as we had TPs all over the place. Chronosphere thrown out on Andy Mays, but he gets Sunstriked in the Chronosphere and finished off. So ends up going 1-for-1. The support for the safe lane farming Faceless Void, and still got to favor that for EKT. 6-3 now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
A strange blink from Yellow. Probably not quite where he wanted to go. Maybe trying to dodge that in the air. But the turnaround, Sunstrike picks up a kill.
Give it not a second thought.
And that's a turnaround once again. And Ryzak up too far. Chaotic Offering thrown out, but there's not really any sort of follow-up. A leap in from Bamsky. Can they get Andy Mage? Yes, they do get one back. Took a lot and it was a little clumsy, but they got it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But bottom, they will get a tier 1. Naga Siren with the last hit there. 3,300 gold, very quickly closing in on that relic. Pings go out on her baby Ko. Moving in, but there's not really anything he can do on his own. The rotation around from Slayer. This gets netted. Sunstrike throwing down and brought down.
No school like the old school.
He's so far ahead. Continuing to try and fight, but the Invoker so far ahead that he's doing so much damage with everything.
Dire's bottom tower
That
is
they're
under
able to get
attack.
kills all over when that Sunstrike hits.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We have a line drawn out on the map. Not sure exactly what they're going for. There is a smoke to be brought out. The courier is at the secret shop though, so not able to bring that out just yet. I don't think any of them are carrying one already. Now we have a ping on Column T there in mid. See how they go on him. He has Blink. He goes in. And that's it. Chronosphere not quite in time. Mystic Flare just eats it. Tries to back away. Sunstrike does not land. And there's a shackle on Ryzek. Will be brought down. There's 2 down. We saw Column T get taken out as well.
What does that make you?
Now Slayer in a lot of trouble.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's 3 kills.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And another tower, and
Radiant's bottom tower is
a
under
hefty
attack.
lead for EKT. Was not let up even once this game. 12-4. And that doesn't necessarily tell the whole story even on its own as we check out this. We check out the net worth nearing 10,000 XP, about 7,500. As we already have the relic, sacred relic for Konomi. Not the fastest time ever, but not too bad, especially considering all the pressure that was going on down bottom. It's a Necronomicon going to be coming for Mr. Bam. Or that and the Sunstrike goes out on Baby Co. Chaotic Offering goes down just to try and run away. But it doesn't really matter. Sorry, the Necro is another recipe for yellow. Cold Snap, but the repel able to come through. Slayer stopped there for a moment. It was a bit weird. Guardian Angel, and everything's being used defensively, just running away from the onslaught from EKT.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Haste.
Able to get the kill there is Baby Co. But he'll sacrifice himself for it.
Whatever that was, 'twas scarcely worth my notice.
And Yellow is sitting at 7-0. Kalamot T working on that Ewell Scepter, almost there. But still, we for the lineup that they have, there's a single tower down. Chronosphere used on Konomi. It looks like they should get him, and that's enough.
I can't feel my legs.
Your chronology.
A nice kill there. Able to kill her before the Radiance could be finished. We do have a disconnect there on Slayer. So we'll have to sit there and wait just a moment, and we can take stock in what's going on in this game exactly. We actually have, looks like it's a refresher rush out of Faceless Void. I mean, it could be a Lincoln's, or I guess that's a Battle Fury after the Mask of Madness. But I'm not I feel like they need more sooner, so we'll see how it pans out. At least it is some damage, even if it is more of a farming item. Chivalry has that 4 staff we saw neared completion a while ago, so no surprise there. Necro 3 is complete on yellow, along with Blink Dagger and Midas and 1100 gold, as everything he could ever want. And the big thing, I think task number 1 for Relias to get a kind of a boost back into this would just be getting a kill on yellow. He's sitting at 7-0, so that's a big streak going to whoever can pick up that first kill. Aside from that, they could really use some towers. It'll be difficult because they're behind enough that taking team fights really isn't a very good option for them, even with Exorcism up, though it is now level 2, as Colomon T has reached level 11. But they would really like to get a couple more towers at least with that Exorcism. It's why you have it. You want to force down the towers with it. And you still can't underestimate the damage that comes out. But with all the long-range abilities that are on EKT, it makes it rather difficult to get a really good Chronosphere.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, yellow should be able to take down this tier 2 tower. And they don't get the deny.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Over by the secret shop, looks like they may catch out Mr. Bam, even using Exorcism.
Dire's middle tower is under
They are really eager for that kill. It's just going to run away and not even going to try and do damage to this tier 2. That's a very odd choice to use that there. Yeah, there's just not going to be time to even get damage on the mid tower, so that really didn't do anything. We'll have to see what the next goal is here for EKT. Of course, for Konami, that is finishing the Radiance. Just got the recipe. Gonna be having that out ASAP. But for the rest of them, Boots of Travel now on yellow. Place those wards, Mr. Bam. Looks like a Maelstrom will be the next choice for Chivalry. Hanging out on the tier 1 towers, it does look like Relias wants to force that. But they don't have Exorcism. They're trying to force a tower without Exorcism. It was already going to be hard if they had it, but without it, it's impossible. Ryzek just doesn't want to get caught out here.
Haste!
They're pinging. I don't think you have the right idea. Hiding in the trees is the right idea, though. Very dangerous spot. The Column is caught out. Andy Mage and Column taking damage both. Down goes Andy Mage. The tornado disrupts everything. Meatball over top. Double kill. 3 for 2. Bamski trying to get out. Cannot. The turnaround. Yellow ultra kill. Takes all 4 kills, and Exorcism never even got off. When they were first trying to push, it was 45 seconds left, as we saw, because of the strange usage up near the top lane by the secret shop. Getting a little too impatient, and it cost them. Chromosphere caught several, but not the one they needed. Yellow with the huge counter initiation. That's 4 kills. Not going to be able to get the tier 3, I don't think. But could get a good chunk of damage and back off.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mr. Bam, now you've got 4 observer wards.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top
There you
tower
go.
has fallen.
Places one there by the top ruin spot. Now having to deal with these Radiance illusions. Not the most fun thing to do as a support, but at least Omni Knight has Repel to mitigate that damage.
Radiant's bottom
A
tower
smoke
is under
movement
attack.
out of 3. But there are 4 from Radiant here, 4 from Dire in this Radiant jungle, but they're going to be able to burst down. Slayer is taking a while with the extra heal, but they bring him down. No counter initiation. Now maybe looking for one, but I think that's a bit overzealous. Baby Co now turns around, not going to go for it. And that'll be the end of that. And it is the Battle Fury for Bamski. Nice to have, but it needs quite a bit more. We'll have an Ogre Club as well. Eul Scepter completed there for the Death Prophet. A lot of pings toward bottom. I'm not sure what the plan is. There's 3 there, and if they bring 3 of their own, really on even footing, 3 versus 3 is not working for Relias. But now they're bringing up reinforcements, so they're splitting up. It's kind of awkward movements here. Andy Mage walks into it. An Ice Path splits up the battle. We've got all 5 now. Guardian Angel thrown out, but Tornado doesn't care. And there's a double kill, turning it around once again. Bamski doesn't know who to target, will bring down Andy Mage. Yellow trying to get out now, taking quite a bit of damage. Just going to turn and fight. Does end up going down, but the battle is 3 for 2 overall. Finally now, Yellow will take a fall. He's 13-1-3 in this game. Who got the gold for that bounty?
Dire's top
Faceless
tower has
Void
fallen.
grabbed the 851 gold bounty in that fight. That helps quite a bit. He's going in for BKB. It's quite necessary for him in this game. (22-11). In a strange way, that fight was somewhat optimistic for Relias. Almost a sign of maybe they can win these fights. It didn't quite work out in their favor, but once the BKB's up, a little tighter execution, they can potentially win these fights. It's just going to be very tough. 15,000 the experience, around 17, 18,000 the gold lead. But there's a tough one. Scythe of Vice on Yellow. Oh, he did get caught in the smoke of deceit. He blinked away from it. Wasn't sure if he remained in it. Picks up the double damage, and they're going to go in. He's going to go into Roshan. They don't have any vision there, so they don't know this is going on. And this is just going to be free. There you go at 28:08. We have the first Roshan going down. The Aegis of the Immortal to the Invoker. And a Diffusal Blade grabbed by Konomi to counteract the Repel from Omni Knight. Some spells thrown back and forth, but nothing going to come of it. Net worth, you can see how this game is gone. Yellow so far out in front at 19,500 net worth. Next closest 12,700 on the Naga Siren.
Every coin helps.
As there is the Song of the Siren not catching anyone, but now Column T in the wrong place. Jump in, Chaotic Offering and the Chronosphere. Mr. Bam will be brought down. Immolation doing some work. Konomi with the Guardian Angel over top. They get 3 for 1 so far. And Column T works his bait. Yellow. Do they have Sentry's Dust? A little too slow. They're not going to be able to catch up. And he does get away with the Ghost Walk. So there is, I think, the first team fight win that we've seen out of Relias. As I said, it looked like that previous fight. They showed signs that they could win a fight if they did it right, and right there they did. And that is the first step at trying to get this close again. It is still a long road. There's still a lot of work they got to do. That's going to bring it down a bit. Baby Co. working on a Bloodstone.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
There you go, he has it.
Double damage.
That'll help out that unrefined Fire Blast. Gonna help tank through the Radiance Burn as well. Yellow 3,300 gold that he can unload once that Aegis expires. Still got another 3 minutes on that though. Smoked up, they want to make something happen here. Gonna wrap around behind to take a fight. They are absent the Naga Sirens, so they're fighting 4v5, but if they can get a pick-off up front, it could work out. Tornado is there. Remember, Yellow has the Aegis. Column T goes down immediately, just like before. Another good Chronosphere. Chivalry does get brought down. Yellow, once again, Ghost Walks. I think he may as well have used his Aegis there. It will pop. Now they're going to go on Andy Mates. He's brought down. Reviving is Yellow. Throws down an EMP. Guardian Angel is used. Won't do anything about the EMP. There's not really any right clicks left anyway. Now going to try and turn around. Negates those two. Bamski trying to fight. Sunstrike thrown down. Backtracked. Konomi gets brought down. Bamski going to die. They trade, but ends up being 4 for 2. Ping's going out on Yellow. I'm not sure they can do anything. He's going to blink away. He's taking a lot of damage from these Force Spears. Yellow trying to turn this around. He could get 2 kills here. These are being far too aggressive. Babyco brought down. It's now 4 to 3. Don't think he has blink again. It should be up in a second. He's going to be able to blink forward. Tornado throwing out. What spells does he have left? He has Sheep once again. Sheepsum can't TP away. Ryzek up too far. And a big turnaround, triple kill. Turns that from a clear team loss to kind of an even exchange. Even actually taking a bit of advantage, perhaps, but the recap not telling us a whole lot, didn't capture that whole thing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, Slayer. However, that could have been bait. Yellow in trouble. Down he goes. They get the kill. That ends up being worth it. And that's 600 gold to the Ogre Magi.
Dire's middle tower is
Konomi and Column on T sort of pass each other there in the secret shop. Pings all around. We'll see where we end up sitting. We see it's come back quite a bit. It's just under 15,000 on net worth, under 10,000 on the experience. Still a good lead for EKB, but not insurmountable for Relias. They need to keep this up, keep finding the fights that they need to take. There's no longer an Aegis in the field. Yellow is down for quite a bit more. Another 45 seconds if they can find somebody, but going to hide in the trees, TP away, not able to find anyone. They were spotted out with their rotation. Don't want to waste too much time here. EKT perhaps playing this out a little too cutely. They've had such a strong advantage that they don't need to necessarily be trying to catch out heroes all the time and maybe just force the fight if they weren't ready. Maybe take the next Roche and go for that tier 3. Make sure you're well spread out in advance so you don't get too many caught in the chronosphere. Tornado EMP thrown out. And now the fight breaks out. Didn't look like a follow-up for the whole thing. This Mystic Flare over top of Bamsky or Chronosphere. It's 2 for 1. Chivalry the only casualty. Bamsky just going straight back in. Does a ton of damage. 15 HP. Gets out. Andy Mays jumps in. Does get the kill. Ice Path thrown out on Bamsky. Ryzek, you gotta be careful. Oh, he stops the TP away, and that costs him. Again, the over-aggression getting turned around. Blink forward, we've seen this scene before. Ice Path doesn't work because of Repel. Gets the kill up the hill. And again, the fight ends with Relias winning the fight, overcommitting, and then turn around, double kill for Yellow. And now look at this with the split push up top. Konami, the rotation, going to take out the top racks out of all of that.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
They did a great job trying to bring it back, but that sets the lead back to just about insurmountable. Lose the mid barracks as well. That's 2 lanes down. And that buyback was really late, but he didn't have the gold until then. 1.5 lanes, both melees. EKT looking good here. We'll see the graph jump back up. This is the Monkey King bar on Bamski. But between a lane and a half down in barracks and a Naga Siren is constantly pushing in the lanes on top of it. Is so difficult to turn it around. Now a Roshan as well. We'll see who takes it. Looks like it will be Chivalry.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Nobody's taking it yet. Okay, now Konomi takes it. There's the smoke. Go try and make something happen here. But they split up. They don't have all 5 there. They're going different directions. They'll leap in, but there's no follow-up here. Bamski going to get Yellow. He does right away. Yellow immediately down. The buyback. Going to try and rejoin the fight. He does have boots of travel. Bamski goes down, and that's an issue as well. But the Chaotic Offering goes out. Tornado comes through along with the Macro Pyre. A lot of damage there as he rejoins the fight. Double kill. Triple kill. Looking for ultra kill, gets the right click. Last hits it for the ultra kill. Buy back out of the Death Prophet, but they're just going to call it that's good game because that would be a full Mega Creeps Raxing regardless. So that'll be it. EKT taking this game in controlling fashion. A valiant effort trying to turn it around later in the game from Relias, but not quite able to do it. A couple missteps, overcommitting in fights, and it was just too much. EKT taking this one, and I believe that puts them up to 2-0 in their group. That's been our match for round 3. Should be back in not too long for yet another Dota match here for EGE's Ontario Dota 2 qualifiers, so stay with us.